What's up everybody, welcome to my second episode. I'm here again at the V&A waterfront in Cape Town. The time of my Robben Island Coffee Table being exhibited in an art gallery here has just come to an end, and I'm here today to collect it. I'm inside the Clock Tower Mall at the V&A waterfront, and behind me I have the art gallery where all my furniture was exhibited. I've already taken out the Cape Town carpet and the New York City carpet. All what's left to do is take out the Robben Island Coffee Table. I do have exciting plans for these furniture pieces in the future, but for now let's go get the table. And as I mentioned in my previous episode, in this episode I'll be finishing off the Robben Island Coffee Table. It's been a while since I posted the last video, so here's the latest news from my side. So I've redesigned Shift Perspective's website to look more sleek and elegant. This is what it used to look like. And this is what it currently looks like. Be sure to check out the About page, as I created a timeline on how I got into furniture design and how I started Shift Perspective. So in other news, I've also started a full-time job, which leaves me with only the weekends to create furniture. So let's get started, but before I do, let's grab some quick supplies. Also got an overall, time for quick change. So when the table is released from the mold, this is what it looks like. I have to sand all the sides to ensure that they are straight and square. In the beginning it does seem that I destroy the smooth finish with rough sanding, but that's what buffing is for in the end. So I've used a spirit level to try and get this table as level as possible on top. The next stage to ensure that it's perfectly smooth is I'm going to add some water and then glass on top, and then wherever the water does not stick to the glass, that's the highest part of the resin, which means it's quite uneven. So I need to sand the part that's not sticking to the glass. So just placing the glass on top now, the table seems perfectly level on top. Going to start on the next phase, which is squaring the sides up as they are angled slightly outwards. So I've just finished squaring up the sides of the table. I'm going to place glass on top of the table and mark any edges that are sticking out from under the glass and sand those edges away. Day 2. So this is what the table looks like after sanding it for a day. As you can see, the sides of the table are very rough and the top has got a smoother finish. That's because on the top I've already moved on to the second of many stages of sanding this table. So what are the different stages of sanding the table? The first tool that is used in the process is a belt sander, and this helps to shape the table. The second tool is an orbital sander, and this removes deep scratches created by the belt sander. The third step involves using steel wool to polish the table and remove minor scratches created by the orbital sander. In the final step, I use a buffer with car polish to create that glass finish. Now it's time to start the second phase of sanding the table with the orbital sander, and this is just going to help remove the deep scratches created by the belt sander and even out the table a bit more. So I've just finished the second part of my sanding, and one of my sanders has just given in, luckily at the end. And I've had this sander for 5 years. I've completed a lot of projects with it, so I guess it's time to retire this little guy. Rest in peace, my little friend. Now that the second phase of sanding is complete, it's time to move on to the third stage, which is using steel wool and a lot of elbow grease. The stage is very exciting as you start to reveal the table inside as the resin gets smoother. Wow, so that took a lot of effort. Now it's time to bring the table to a glass finish using a buffer and car polish. This is my favorite of the 4 stages as you see the end result of the table. So that concludes the entire process of sanding and polishing a resin table. Now I'm going to add some finishing touches. I'm going to add a glass panel to the top of the table, and that's just going to prevent the resin from getting scratched if you put your glass down or put books down on it. So for the final touch of the table, I've had 3 tiny little ships made out of sterling silver. I collaborated with a jewelry designer named Bridget. I've linked her Instagram in the description below. Please show her some love. The amount of detail on these tiny ships is mind-blowing. And what's great is that this allows interaction with the table, as you can move the ships around to your liking. And when a light is cast from above, the ships cast shadows onto the sea floor. So I've just received this huge package behind me, which will form part of episode 3, my next furniture piece. I hope you liked this video. Please like, share and subscribe. I hope to see you in episode 3.